What's happening, everybody? Welcome to episode 24 of Matt Chat. I'm your host, Coach Cala. This is the number one podcast in the world if you want to talk college wrestling, NCAA wrestling, USA wrestling, or any type of freestyle, folk style wrestling. According to my dad, of course, this is the number one podcast in the world. It's been a minute since I've been on. I haven't been on since the World Team Trials a month ago or about 5 weeks ago. I've been coaching lacrosse, running half marathons, doing high roxes, but I've been staying very, very busy. School just ended yesterday. I worked about 3 jobs today on my first day off, and I'm excited to talk wrestling. So, if you don't know, tomorrow at 12 o'clock, I'm looking at the times right now. Give me a second. 12:30 begins the U.S. national team true third matches. 2 p.m. is the very first round of the best of 3 series for Final X. 5 p.m. is going to be the second and third match if necessary. But with all said and done, tomorrow is going to be the best day of freestyle wrestling that's happened in a long time. So join me tomorrow while I live stream the whole wrestling. But let's get started with some predictions for today, or for tomorrow, I should say. And I'm super excited to be back hosting Matt Chat. Hoping my true fans come back to support me, as I do love talking to all of you. Again, sorry for the short break. I just needed a quick break from social media. I'm posting on YouTube every other week, but I am very excited to be back. So let's go. Let's share my screen and get started. I'm going to take a match at a time, give you who I think's the best wrestler to win, who's going to be my underdog, who will be a lock, and I will also talk why Final X matters, as this is the last chance for any wrestler to make the USA World Team. And the cool thing about USA Worlds, the Worlds, is that there's 10 weights as opposed to 6 weights in the Olympics, which makes 0 sense to me. Longtime wrestler, coaching now for almost 10 years, coaching youth wrestling Tuesday, Saturday. So if any of my Connecticut fans are watching, please come down to Fighting Arts Academy in Milford, where I coach with legend Nick Newell and coach wrestling to all of the youth kids around. All right, let's get started. So Flow Wrestling will be the only website that is hosting Final X. So if you're not sure where to watch, it is on Flow Wrestling. So definitely check that out. So subscribe to me if you want to watch and hear a live stream live while the matches are going on. It will just be my voice. If you want to subscribe to Flow Wrestling and pay the $25 a month and watch a few matches that you'll see on Instagram 20 minutes later, you can do that too. I think it's $50 just to watch Final X. So I already bought it. I'm ready to watch it tomorrow. And if you want to listen to me talk about it, then by all means, definitely join the chat tomorrow. I'm planning to start at 12:30, so this is going to be huge. Let's go. All right, moving on. I'm so happy Ben Askren is back too. He's the best. Final X returns to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. My younger brother wanted to take me there for my 30th birthday, but guess he didn't get those tickets. Just kidding. I told him I didn't want to go. I'd rather live stream and do my thing. So, lots of big matches happening tomorrow, but let's start off with the round of 3. The third round matches. At 61 kilograms. So this is the true third matches. They really need to win these to make the U.S. World Team. Starting off with Austin DeSanto versus Ben Davino, the Ohio State redshirt freshman who took second, only losing to Jax Forrest all year. I'm actually going to go with Ben Davino. After watching Austin DeSanto at RAF, he seems to be losing a little pep in his step. That last minute where he was just backing up the whole time was not like him. I know he still got the win, but I feel like Ben Davino is just the type of guy that it's really tough to score on. And unless Austin DeSanto is bringing vintage where he's pounding your head, pushing the pace forward, I have a strong feeling that this young wrestler, Ben Davino, is going to win. So I'm going to take Ben Davino over DeSanto in this match. And I was always a big DeSanto fan. I don't think he's the best wrestler, but he was one of always the most exciting wrestlers to watch. Coming in at 65 kilograms, Joey McKenna, the person who got robbed from Yanni De Hacamahales for his first world championship or NCAA title. First, Bo Bartlett. Huge fan of Bo Bartlett, but I do just think that Joey McKenna is a bit better than him. At least in freestyle, I should say. I think if it was folk style, it'd be pretty even because of how funky Bo Bartlett is. But on the freestyle level, I think we've seen a bit more better wrestling out of Joey McKenna. And he's practicing with David Taylor and the Cowboys. How can you not root for Joey McKenna? I'm going to go Joey McKenna over Bo Bartlett. 70 kilograms. Again, another Oklahoma State wrestler, true freshman champion. One of 3 true freshmen to win it for Oklahoma State and Coach David Taylor, the 2022 or 2021 Olympic gold champ. David Taylor is the man. He just also coached Diego Lopez to a UFC win at the White House card. I got Landon Robideau versus 2024 NCAA national champion from Virginia Tech, Caleb Henson, who actually lost in 2025 to Ridge Lovett, who's also on this card. And then he took a red shirt this year in 2026. Caleb Henson is no joke. And he is pretty jacked and strong. But again, I feel like these freshmen from Oklahoma State really know what they're doing. And I have to give the edge to Landon Robideau. He's just having a phenomenal year. And I think he's going to take it towards Caleb Henson. So I got Joey McKenna over Bo Bartlett, and I'm going to have Landon over Caleb Henson. If you're in the chat listening right now, or if you're going to watch this later, I know it's a little bit late, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And also tell me your picks for tomorrow's Final X Championships. Looking to see some more people in the chat. Where's everybody at? Come on now. Let's go. Let me write a new post on YouTube really quick. Let me say that we're live. But yeah, I'm super excited. The next match is even going to be great too, with Evan Wick versus Patrick Kennedy. If you're listening right now, comment in the chat. Who do you think's going to win that match? As Evan Wick has been wrestling very good over the last year, as he is one of the few people to ever beat Jason Wolf. So we'll see what's going to happen. I'm going to write, we are live. Come on, we got to get some people in this chat. One person's in. I appreciate you. It only takes one to listen and tell their friends. Moving on to number 79 kilograms. We got Evan Wick versus Patrick Kennedy. Patrick Kennedy is not much of a point scorer. Although he did fantastic at the NCAAs, I have Evan Wick winning. Anybody that beats Jason Wolf in the past 1 year, I have to have winning over their opponent. Evan Wick has been wrestling really good. He goes to RAF pretty much once a month and just stays active. I'm giving the edge to Evan Wick. He is an absolute beast. So I'm going to go Evan Wick over Patrick Kennedy, PK. Moving on, we have... Oh, didn't these two wrestle together? Yes, they did. They wrestled at Aspen Academy. We got Parker Kikaisen versus Aiden Sinclair. I think Parker is just on another level right now. Again, he is a one-time national champion, battled with Carter Starachi, battles with Kyle Dake. I think he's just next level right now. And I think Aiden Sinclair, who did fantastic as a redshirt freshman this year at Mizzou, I think he's doing very good, but I am giving the edge to Parker Kikaisen to win that match over him because he just attacks so much. So I'm going to go Parker over Sinclair. Again, none of these are really a lock for me, but I do think that all of the people I'm picking should win their matches. But we're going to see tomorrow how many picks I get right. So tune in tomorrow with me at 12:30 to watch live and have a nice live watch party for Final X, baby. Parker over Sinclair. All right, moving on to next week. Dustin Plott. I'm pretty sure that's who Angelo Ferrari beat a few years ago. Yep. Versus Seth Shumate. I don't really know these guys. But since I know Dustin Plott's name a little bit more and he's wrestling with Oklahoma, I'm going to choose him over Seth Shumate. Sorry, Seth. Just never really heard of you, my man, but appreciate you, brother. All right, moving on to the women's. Felicity Taylor versus Samara Chavez. Alex Hedrick versus Amani Jones. Emma Brutel versus Reese Laramedri. And Latifa McBride versus Jasmine Robinson. You're going to tell me in the chat who do you got one of those. And if I have to, I'll make a separate video about the women's weight classes. But there should be tons of exciting matches from all of those ladies. But yeah, just comment in the chat for that. For today's chat, I'm just going over the men's as it is 9:25. I've already been live for 10 minutes, and I gotta hit the bed to get moving tomorrow. Exercise, run, and of course wrestle on the mats before a big day of of Final X. Now here is the match of the night that I wanted to talk about. Right here. Maybe one of the only matches we're talking about. Does Spencer Lee? And the question I have for all of you is, does Spencer Lee finish the job? What do you all think? I need to know in the chat right now. Do you think Spencer Lee is going to finish the job? Or is he going to lose once again to Lightning Luke Lilledahl? Spencer Lee was beating him. They said he broke his elbow, shoulder, this and that. Spencer Lee is so good at wrestling up until the third period or the last minute of the match. And I'm trying not to buy into that narrative as he's one of my favorite wrestlers, him, Jesse Delgado, David Taylor, to name a few. They are phenomenal wrestlers. But the other two are closers when it mattered. Spencer Lee's also a closer too, and he's a beast wrestler. But for some reason, when the moment gets a little bit big and the pressure starts hitting him in the last 30 seconds, minute, of course, the Matt Ramos match, of course, Austin DeSanto back in high school, REF that one time, Worlds last year, I need to see Spencer Lee win. But with that being said, is Spencer Lee getting too old? Is Luke still young? Is it his last chance to win, Spencer Lee, or is he going to retire? I don't know. But these are the questions I'm asking you to get the chat going a little bit more. I think Luke is closing in on the gap. However, I will say I think Spencer Lee is going to win it tomorrow and make the world team and become a world champ. It is very hard for me to root against Spencer Lee as much as I love watching him and as much as I love watching Luke Lilledahl. Spencer Lee has to win Worlds. I think all of America will feel great, just like the Knicks winning in New York. Spencer Lee needs to win tomorrow, rest for a whole year, come back in 2028 and win the Olympics. So at 57 kilograms. And a best 2 out of 3 match too is really what I'm talking about. Even if Luke wins one of those matches, I have Spencer Lee winning at least 2. I just can't imagine you beating Spencer Lee twice in the same night, I should say. So I got Spencer Lee winning and then winning Worlds. Spencer Lee over Luke and then winning Worlds. I said it here first, y'all. Spencer Lee winning, then winning Worlds. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you think Spencer Lee is going to win over Luke Lilledahl. Moving on to the second most exciting match, I think, of the night. Marcus Blaze from Penn State versus Jax Forrest from Oklahoma State. Of course, the high school transfer, Jax Forrest won the national championship at the 133-pound weight class. Meanwhile, one of his nemesis, Marcus Blaze, took 4th at Penn State. Marcus Blaze is an absolute beast. Although 4th place is a bit crazy even for him, that weight class was absolutely stacked. The 4 freshmen all took 1st through 4th. They're incredible. If Jax Forrest comes out swinging and pushing his pace right away and controls the match, I got him winning 2-0. If Marcus Blaze wrestles a little bit defensive and throws Jax off in the first match, I think Marcus Blaze can sneak 1, and then maybe he can even spice it up and win a second match because he'll be in Jack's head. I think whoever wins the first one is going to go 2-0. I don't think it's going to be 1-1 or win 1, lose 1, win 1. I think it's going to be whoever wins the first one out of these 2 win 2 in a row. Like, even if Luke Lilledahl wins 1 against Spencer Lee, I still see Spencer Lee winning 2 matches. For these guys, I think it matters right here for these 2 freshmen, now sophomores. Whoever goes out there and makes a statement in the first match is going to be in the other person's head rent-free for the second match. And I got Jax Forrest winning over Marcus Blaze only because of how good Jax Forrest wrestled Ben Davino last time. He lost to Ben Davino, obviously, the match before the World Team Trials a month ago, and then he absolutely attacked him. So he's an absolute beast. I got Jax over Marcus Blaze. 2 phenomenal wrestlers that are going to be destroying the wrestling world for the next 3-4 years. NCAAs, and then, of course, Olympics and stuff for the next decade. Now, if you read the bottom here at 65 kilograms, we have Real Woods versus Bo Bassett, obviously the high school phenom too. Real Woods has been hospitalized with a knee infection and requested a delayed wrestle-off. I am not sure, or I am uncertain if Real Woods is wrestling. Keep in mind, even with that knee, I do not think Real Woods can beat Bo Bassett. Bo Bassett's at the Senior Worlds and the Worlds looked ridiculous. He was pushing the pace and the machine gun mindset the whole time versus these guys, and he was just incredible to watch. Um, but Real Woods is an absolute beast too, and I hope he gets better. It's going to be tough to talk about this match. I'm just hoping that he comes back healthy. I was going to give the edge to Bo Bassett, but I don't want to talk about that match. If Real Woods can't wrestle, I just hope he gets better, and I'm not praying on your downfall, my boy. Moving on to 70 kilograms, we have Ridge Levitt with the best celebration ever versus Zane Rutherford. I do think Ridge Levitt is closing the gap on these guys. He's been wrestling fantastic. He's doing great in freestyle when everybody just said he's a folk style wrestler. He was must watch television when he was in college, but he wasn't nearly as much watch wrestle. He wasn't nearly as much of a much watched wrestler as Zane Rutherford was. Zane Rutherford is must watch television. I think he's going to put on a clinic on Real Woods, or sorry, on Ridge Levitt. And I mean that in no disrespect to Ridge Levitt at all. But the media and the wrestling fans everywhere are saying that Zane's washed, this and that. He's getting old. He doesn't look like 2021 self, this and that. No, I think Zane's going to come out swinging. And I think Zane's going to win 2-0 easily. Now, I could be wrong, and I do think that Ridge could be one of the sleepers of the tournament or one of the dark horses where he takes out a guy like Zane Rutherford. But I really think with all the narrative, like a guy like Zane Rutherford is definitely listening to the news and social media, and he's going to come out swinging and take on Ridge Levitt. I do love watching Ridge Levitt. No disrespect to him. I'm sure they both would mess me up too, of course. But I just think the Zane train is just coming for him. Moving on to James Green versus David Carr. David Carr, one of my all-time favorite college wrestlers, had a rough Senior World Team Trials. Rough. He lost to Cam Amin pretty bad. And then I forget who he lost to the second time. And forgive me if I'm wrong, he might have lost a third time with since then. I don't believe so. But a guy like that losing, I still feel like he's still in his bag. And then since Drake dropped 3 albums, he's probably been listening to him a lot. So I think David Carr's going to win one match tomorrow, but James Green looked unstoppable the last 2 times he wrestled. And I'm actually going to give the edge to the OG James Green. He's been wrestling really tough. I thought he left Nebraska though. Can somebody confirm where he went? Because didn't he just leave Nebraska for anybody listening? I'm going to give the edge to James Green. I think he's going to win 2 matches, but I do think David Carr is going to sneak one in. He's an absolute beast, and I love watching his vlogs. But I think he was just a little mentally hurt the last time he wrestled, and he hasn't really wrestled since then. So we're going to see what happens with him. But I'm going to have Green over Carr. And again, let me know in the chat what you think, who's going to win, who's not going to win, who's the dark horse. And again, I'm going to go live at 12:30 tomorrow to give commentate. And I'm going to commentate. Wow, words are tough at 9:30 at night. I'm going to commentate the final X matches, similar to what we did during the World Team Trials, where you all came on and supported me, which meant a lot to me. We'll put it on the big screen. I'm going to talk over it, and we're going to watch some wrestling. At 79 kilograms, honestly, one of the matches I'm really looking forward to, especially as they're 2 true and through Pennsylvania guys, high school guys at least. Levi Haynes, 2-time national champ. And then, of course, everybody knows Chance Marsteller. Not a national champ, but he did dethrone Jordan Burroughs about 8 years ago now. And he coached at Rutgers for a little bit. He did great. One of the best high school wrestlers of all time. Flow Wrestling did a phenomenal documentary about Chance Marsteller. Go watch that on YouTube after you watch me talk on here. But similar to some of these other guys, I just feel like Levi Haynes is just really good. And I don't see him losing to these older guys anymore. Like Marcus Blaze versus Jax Forrest. These are 2 young kids wrestling. Bo Bassett, I probably would have had over Real Woods. Moving up top over here, I got Ben Davino over DeSanto. Similar to those guys, I think Levi Haynes is gonna get rid of Chance Marsteller and put or keep Penn State on the mat. I just think Levi Haynes is way too good at wrestling right now. Chance Marsteller's best thing right now is that he's just absolutely so strong, and he's really a good wrestler too. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give the edge to Levi Haynes, who I think is gonna sneak 2 matches in over Chance, and I feel like Chance is gonna retire. I think this is gonna be his last year. He's getting up there. Hasn't done too much lately, and I think he might just do a great job at making money at RAF. I'm gonna go Levi Haynes over Chance. But I'm going to give Chance a chance and give him at least 1 match. If you're still watching this video, I know there's a few people in here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate all of you watching. It means a lot to me. Moving on to 86 kilograms, we have Zahid Valencia, who's looked phenomenal ever since he's joined Stillwater, Oklahoma City, and the Cowboys versus Kyle Dake. And the last time they wrestled, Zahid had his number. So as much as I love Kyle Dake and watching him wrestle, I think he's great. I'm going to actually give the edge to Zahid Valencia because he did beat him the last time. And I just think, unfortunately, the tides have turned, and the younger guy and the guy that's been working with David Taylor, Kyle Dake's best friend, is going to tell him his tips and tricks and how to beat him. And I'm going to give the edge to Zahid Valencia. But I do think it's going to be a 2-1 series with Zahid winning. Unless there's a singlet pull that causes him a match, because he loves doing that to guys from Penn State. Shout out to Zahid versus Aaron Brooks in the 2021 Olympic trials. Real ones, no. That was a crazy call if you didn't watch that. Also, I'm going to continue with these match chats weekly. I'm going to do my Final X tomorrow, of course. And then next week, I'll bring back the What Just Happened, my most controversial calls in NCAA wrestling history. We did a few videos on that. They both hit nearly 1,000 views. Jordan Oliver versus Logan Stever was one. Of course, the PJ Duke versus Landon Robideau was one. So please go back and watch some of those if you're interested in that. But I plan on doing those at least once a week throughout the summer. And then when Worlds come, I'm definitely going to plan on doing some more predictions and match chats for that as well. Moving on to 97 kilograms. Although I really want Stephen Buchanan to win, and I love that Kyle Snyder is still wrestling, even though he got in big trouble last year and nothing happened. No, he's a good dude. I'm not going to say that. But Buchanan looked really good a few times this year in freestyle. But the last time he wrestled, I think he got teched in freestyle. And Kyle Snyder is just way too good still. I'm going to give the edge, and I think it's going to be 2-0 to Kyle Snyder. I just think Kyle Snyder is just way too good still, everybody. And for the last match of the night, again, I don't plan on doing talking about the female wrestlers today. I was just planning on doing the U.S. men's wrestling, but I can definitely do another video tomorrow if I have to, or I will just talk about it while they're wrestling live over the screen, and that's also fine with me. It's just 9:40 at night right now, and I'm just trying to wake up, train, run a ton of miles, and do some Final X talk tomorrow. Now, I thought this match was going to be a little bit more exciting, but didn't Wyatt Hendrickson just beat Mason Paris at RAF, or am I wrong? Let's look at that. Mason Paris versus Wyatt. I could be wrong. Yeah, they wrestled. No, guess not. I thought they just wrestled. Wyatt Hendrickson, Tech Falls, Mason Paris at RAF. Yes, December 20th. With that just happening recently, I have Wyatt Hendrickson winning it. And I think this is going to be a huge turning point, and this is going to turn a ton of heads in the wrestling world that Oklahoma State is going to be on the mat, as I have multiple wrestlers from Oklahoma State winning it. I got Wyatt Hendrickson winning. I got Zahid Valencia winning. I have Jax Forrest winning. That's 3 right there. And then in the round of 3, we got Joey McKenna winning. That's 4. Landon Robideau, 5. And Dustin Plott, 6. I have at least 6 wrestlers that could be winning a few matches tomorrow and winning their series. So you let me know in the comment section below. You let me know in the chat if you're still watching. Who do you think is going to win Final X and why? Who is going to win Final X? I really appreciate you all watching, even if it's 1 of you or 1,000 of you. I just love talking wrestling. I'm happy Matt Chat is back. I know I was off for 5 weeks, but I'm sure we'll get back to the 50 plus to 500 people in the comment section and chat eventually. But it's good to just be on and pop in. But again, 12:30 Eastern time tomorrow, I will be going live to watch Final X for at least 5 to 6 hours. So stay tuned. Watch it with me. I'm so excited to watch it. I'm so excited to have a watch party tomorrow. So please join me tomorrow. I'll be giving my commentary over the screen. We'll just be watching some of the matches together. Not all of them, but we'll see what happens. But thanks again for watching, everybody. Again, this is the #1 wrestling podcast in the world, according to my dad, of course. But I love talking wrestling. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And, of course, get moving. See you, everybody.